Rob, I feel you when you say, you know what, it's a respect thing with everybody, okay? But has there ever been a time where you did an interview when somebody came in and said some shit that you knew that when this interview goes out, it's gonna be some shit?
Yeah.
And how did you deal with that anxiety following that? Or did you just separate yourself and say, that's the job, Rob's over here?
Right. Yeah, it's been a couple of times. I think I've mostly kind of stayed controversy free, but
Yeah. But it always managed to find you.
I think that Our Future one, that interview I was telling you about, that was kind of like off the rails, and I knew when people see it, I'm like, man, I ain't gonna look good. Like I didn't look like I had control of the interview, like,
Okay.
and people didn't blame me, but they're like, they're being so rude. Like the tone of the interview overshadowed what we were actually talking about. I didn't like that very much.
Yeah.
One time I was interviewing Future for the show that I had on Genius called For the Record. And Future took me by surprise when this is the Wizard album, I believe. It's around the Wizard album, and we're talking about drugs, and he kind of admitted like, yo, well, I don't use as much drugs as people think.
Exactly, as I rap about.
Because if you he wouldn't be here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's the same thing as, and it's exaggerated, it's the same thing. I grew up listening to Mobb Deep. Rest in peace to Prodigy. Shout to Havoc. Mobb Deep was killing 4.65 people on every record.
Come on, man.
Like at the end of a Mobb Deep album, there is 50 bodies. like there's no way. You know what I'm saying? So we know that rap is exaggerated. It's expression. It's an art form. But Future, I wasn't ready, and Future had admitted that to me. And then we had talked about, well, why do you do it? And he's like, well, it's what the fans want to hear. And to even hear Future be that vulnerable in his conversation and be like, I too feel the pressure. I'm Future. I'm one of the GOATs.
Come on,
I've changed the game. Like, I've changed the direction and the course of this hip hop thing. People sound the way they sound now because of me.
Come on now.
So that's Future. And for him to even say, well, sometimes I'm a little uneasy and unsure of what the audience wants from me and da-da-da. I wasn't ready for that, and it was a dope moment. It was a dope moment of vulnerability. I was scared when it came out because I felt like I should have pressured him more or asked like more follow-up questions.
Yeah.
And I thought I was gonna get killed. I was like, they're gonna kill me for this, for not like really following
Going
up.
in,
but I was kind of caught off guard. But it wasn't as bad as
it felt.
Yeah, it felt like it was gonna be bad. But yeah, there's some interviews that I'm like, oh, this is gonna be some shit. When I've interviewed Pusha, about the Drake stuff, right after his Daytona album, after the Infrared song. So we did it. So I knew that was gonna be some shit. Yeah. But it wasn't me trying to stir up shit. It was like, well, Pusha got a song.
I gotta do my job.
Yeah, Pusha got a song called like, how are we not gonna talk about this? If it's 2001, how is Jay-Z gonna drop Takeover and you not gonna talk about who did what to who, but we gonna keep that between me and you? Now I'm gonna ask that question. Like it's out there. So yeah, it's been some joints, man. You know what I'm saying?